Hello everyone, welcome back to my page. Alright, let's see what we got for you right now. If we want to talk about an iconic car, this is an iconic car. We got for you the one and only Volkswagen 1300, which other people know them as Volkswagen Beetle. And these cars were known worldwide. If there's a car out there that was known worldwide, this is one of them. Essentially one of the most iconic cars out there. I would say the Volkswagen Beetle, like this one, or the Citroen 2CV, the Ford model, I think Model T or Model A. It's a very, or the Mini Cooper, the Fiat 500. But this one right here, I think, is one of the most iconic. Beautiful example, very detailed, gorgeous looking. This is a 143 scale, and this is a 1970 model. 1970. I like all these details in this car. Beautiful. It's exactly how the car is. I like the back. You know, there's different generations of the Volkswagen Beetle. This one, it's if I'm not mistaken, like the third or fourth generation. I mean generation because of the back. You know, the smaller the tail light was, the older the generation. The first generations were the really small tail lights, and then they make them a little bigger, and then they make them a little bigger, and then they make the biggest one. And then obviously, without counting the new generation of the 2000s, which to me is a different. They try to pull up the same, but it comes they're very differently. But again, going back to this one, look at those details, guys. The line in the middle. Remember, it had that chrome line and the Volkswagen insignia right here on the top of the hood. The very remarkable turn signal lights right on top of the fender. Very old school, but very reliable. These cars were super reliable. I mean, if there's one car out there that you see, I mean, a classic car out there that you see worldwide, everywhere, you go to Latin America, you go to anywhere, and you find them. They're reliable. They were cheap to own. That's why they came up to be one of the most remembered classic cars out there. Who does not remember a Volkswagen 1300 or Beetle, like they call in some countries? Beautiful car. Beautiful, beautiful car. Beautiful. It's a two-door. Well, the Beetles were never made on four-door, but beautiful. I remember this, the airflow. Remember, the engine was in the back. Rear engine cars. The Beetles were rear engine cars. Now, you guys must have a lot of memories of these Volkswagen Beetles. I would love to hear your stories. I would love to hear what you remember about them. What type of good memories you must have of them. Hopefully, a lot of them. Hopefully, the good memories too. Definitely. Remember those pipes right in the center, lower center. Now, if you notice the pipes right in the center of the car in the lower center are like the racing cars. And back then they came up with the Volkswagen Beetles. They had them in the the muffler in the center, lower center. So there it goes. That gives you a little racing looks. And don't forget the Volkswagen Beetles were made for many decades. I would say about 40 decades. No, 40 decades, 40 years, 4 decades. So more popular than that, you cannot get it. More popular than that. That was like a little footstep right there in the bottom. You see it in the lower bottom. Nice car. I will never forget their sound when you hear them coming down the road. They were iconic because they made that sound like a engine was banging, pa, 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 pa. But they were reliable. They were good cars, good memories of them. All right, I'm gonna let it go around again so you can enjoy the car. All right, so that license plate right there, I cannot recognize it from where it is. I'm not sure if it's an old German license plate or from another country. If you recognize it, let me know. If you if you could see where it's from, because I don't have a clue whatsoever. I never seen those license plates. And this is a good question. I would love to hear your stories with the Volkswagen Beetles. If you ever drove one of them, if your parents ever drove one of them, or grandparents, if you remember seeing them on the roads where you live or where you grew up at. You know, these cars were iconic. They were everywhere. So you must have good stories about these. And I would love to hear them. They're interesting to me. I remember when I was growing up, they were everywhere. And I still see them a lot, even in car shows, which I'm glad people are taking care of them and restoring them because these are true classics. They cannot be one of those more. These are one of those classic cars that you will remember them for life. Even the young generations know these cars because they were so iconic that these were really uh, one of the most important cars in history. Definitely, guys. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe and take care. Goodbye.